It's a brutal sport. It's a tough sport. But all it takes is one small thing.
I realized I couldn't move. I tried to sit up.
The actual impact broke the fourth cervical body, which is the middle of the neck.
Rocky's fighting spirit has been extraordinary.
For me, I'm being in his position. He graduated. That was like touching Mount Everest.
I don't need much to be all right. I've always been determined. I'm not going to let anything get in my way.
He was doing great, and then 10 years later, he got blindsided again.
Please be advised that no further benefits are available.
Well, they told me I outlived the policy.
The reality of it came down like a ton of bricks.
You can't put a limit to life.
Robbins, Illinois looks like a nice, quiet suburb just south of Chicago, but it's as poor, tough, and violent as anything the inner city has to offer.
There's a lot of gangs, shootings and drug dealing, and it's a bad community, like a lot of murders and stuff.
It's one of those survival of the fittest towns. And it was one of those situations where you didn't really have too many options.
Basketball superstar Dwayne Wade is Robin's most celebrated son. He represents the dream shared by many, breaking out of the cycle of poverty through sports.
You could easily fall into the trouble of the streets. But being, athletic, I just stayed on the positive side of things.
Rasul Rocky Clark was 2 years younger than D. Wade, but he had a lot of promise, especially in football and track. Coaches loved him because he was a good student and a workout fiend.
I'm ready. Friday night.
The sky was the limit. Rocky could have played some very quality college football and potentially had that opportunity of playing on Sundays.
If you want something in life, you got to work for it. Can't nobody want it for you. I never smoked, never drank, a day in my life, never tried. Overall because, I took care of my body.
By the time he was 16, Rocky was 5'11", 180 pounds, and packed like a pro. He was named starting running back for Eisenhower High, and he was brimming with confidence about the future that he saw for himself and his overworked single mom.
I was in the room with my head down, and Rocky doesn't dance. He came in there dancing. He said, "Mom, I'm gonna take care of you."
Hey, Mom.
Hey, baby. How was practice today?
It was good, I'm the man as usual. Yeah, you should have seen me. Coach said that the scouts are coming next week to check me out.
Oh, sweetheart. Well, I know they're gonna love you. Baby, this could be your ticket to college.
Not just college. I'm going pro, Mom. You're gonna be watching me play on Sundays.
That will be something.
You know I'm gonna take care of you, right? My first $1 million, I'm buying you a house.
Is that right?
Yeah, and a car.
Just 2 weeks later, on September 15, 2000, Rocky suited up for a game against crosstown rival Oak Forest. On his third carry, he was tackled for a loss. It looked like a routine play, but Rocky couldn't get up.
I just heard ringing and my body was vibrating.
Say something, man. Rocky.
I realized I couldn't move. I tried to sit up.
Nah, man. He ain't moving. We need some help over here.
Move. Give us some air. Hey, Rocky, can you hear me?
It was a deep sinking feeling, like he's not going to be able to walk again.
Disbelief, I guess, is the only way to describe it. High school kids get up, you know what I mean? And he just never got up.
Rocky couldn't get up because of a devastating injury to his neck.
The actual impact broke the fourth cervical body, which is the bone at the middle of the neck. Any nerves below that were affected. So that involves all the nerves that move the arms and the legs, and also some of the nerves that work the diaphragm, the breathing muscle.
Rocky underwent emergency surgery to fuse his neck. When he woke up, his doctor told him the truth about his injuries.
Rocky, wake up.
He's gonna be getting better, right? He's coming back from this.
Son, You've broken the third and fourth vertebrae in your spinal cord.
What does that mean?
It's what we call a complete paralysis.
I ain't gonna walk no more.
No. No movement below the neck.
No, that can't be. Not for my son. Not for Rocky.
Why? Huh? Why this happened? What did I ever do, Mom?
Rocky said, I'm not going to accept this. You know, and I'll never forget, he started crying, why me?
I just felt like everything I done was for nothing at that point, but you know, but I was still determined to do something. It didn't change the way I felt about football or the way I thought about life.
When Rocky's neck stabilized, he began the painstaking process of learning how to function with the body he now had. He spent months in rehab building up new muscles he needed just to sit up and to breathe with one working lung. Eventually, Rocky learned how to work a computer with his mouth.
Oh, he is doing great. Look at my baby. He's so smart. That is so nice.
But the toughest adjustments were emotional.
You have to get out.
Not like this. I'm a cripple. Worse than a cripple. Freak.
That's not true, Rocky.
Rocky defined himself, I think, by his athletics, and he didn't want to face the world. He couldn't think of how this was going to be out in the world in a chair and, you know, not being able to use his arms and legs.
You know, I had lost weight, had a feeding tube, I was on a breathing machine, you know, and I didn't want to be seen like that. But in time, you know, things changed. We went outside, went to restaurants. I just felt like, you know what, you know, this is a process, you know, I'm gonna deal with it.
Rocky spent 9 months in rehab racking up $1 million bill. Like many in Robbins, his mom didn't have health insurance. Eisenhower High did. The school district policy provided long-term benefits that would give Rocky a shot at building a new life.
Eisenhower purchased a catastrophic health insurance policy for every student. We bought the best insurance we could buy.
Everything was flowing and going from hospital to hospital, you know, doctor to doctor, getting the necessary things that I need to make it every day.
Rocky had carried the colors of his team, and the school was now there for him. He could concentrate on figuring out how to take charge of his drastically altered life. What he did would soon amaze and inspire his community, Chicago, and people around the world. When injured high school football player Rocky Clark came home after 9 months of rehab, he was paralyzed from the neck down, but he was brimming with plans for his education and his life. His first goal was an ambitious one, going back to high school immediately.
A lot of people were against, like, you know, you just got out, you know, you need to take time. I said, I got something to do. And, like, you know, and I'm gonna do it.
Rocky, you're back.
Yo, what's up, Rocky?
Oh my God, it's Rocky. Hi, Rocky.
It's good to see y'all.
Hey, Rocky.
Got a lot of catching up to do.
Now we're going to go over our homework assignments. We did their homework assignment today.
When he first came back, I'm like, he back already. That's like how you like, he back already. I'm like, and he actually finna graduate.
A B-plus student before the accident, Rocky met with tutors after class to make up for lost time. Pneumonia knocked him out each semester, but Rocky kept coming back.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so you take the 3X out, and then you're
3 years after the nightmare on the football field, Rocky's best friend helped him across the stage to accept his diploma.
Rocky Clark. Congratulations. The sky's the limit for you, Rocky. We're all so proud.
He didn't walk across the stage. He got pushed across the stage and still got his diploma. I couldn't do but cry. Said, look at my guy there.
Rocky came back to Eisenhower the following year.
Let's go, let's go.
As a coach.
Yeah. You all probably wonder what I can tell you about football. May not play like I used to. I can tell you about passion.
He spoke regularly to the football team and worked one-on-one with a handful of protégés.
Stay low off the handoff or you explode. Okay? I didn't reach my full potential as an athlete. So therefore, I was trying to, help someone else accomplish what I did. Push it. I believe, I can just motivate the kids more. Football is nothing compared to this. Want it?
Yes, sir. He's a great coach. He's all about, working on every little aspect of the game. It's like he was working you out plus getting his workout in on you.
Knees up.
It takes a lot for someone in that predicament to try to help others.
Tyrone, he eventually became my little brother, more than just me being his coach. I never had no one call on me like he did. I just, took advantage of the situation and, worked with him as much as I could.
Rocky's work with Tyrone and other athletes paid off. 3 went on to enjoy college football careers. Tyrone became not only a football star, but a 5-time conference champion in track. His relationship with Rocky transcended sports. Rocky wanted Tyrone to understand how easy it was to get hurt, so he showed him a tape of the tackle that had paralyzed him for life.
You want to see it? Can I? Yeah, that tape right there. And I it was a one-on-one tackle, with me and the guy. I explained to Tyrone, this is a serious sport.
It was just a simple tackle. 2 more steps away from the guy, he could have been probably in the NFL right now.
Rocky's amazing return to an active and meaningful life inspired many in Robbins and Chicago. He never made it to the pros, but in 2006, the Chicago Bears gave Rocky $110,000 to buy a wheelchair access van that would help him get around.
Rocky is a kid today on our team that we open our arms up to. If Rocky wanted to come to practice every day and sit on the sideline, Coach Lovey and the players, we allow him to do that. We look at Rocky as, one of us.
The donation they gave me amongst the players, just a blessing. The money, give me, a sense of freedom.
The van allowed Rocky to expand his world and dream new dreams. He enrolled in South Suburban Community College and began taking courses in art, his second love after football.
College is very important to me because, I want to further my education. Art helps me escape and express my thoughts, my feelings, and, it just gives me some, a chance to be creative. Come up with some new concepts, maybe even, make a difference in this world, just drawing a simple picture.
Rocky was trapped in a body that couldn't move, but there was no slowing him down. Little did he know he was about to be blindsided again, this time by an insurance policy that he depended on to stay alive, but that was about to run out of life.
When I seen that, my heart just dropped.
It's just a sad situation. You can't put a limit to life.
10 years after a tackle paralyzed him from the neck down, Rocky Clark had graduated from high school, was taking college courses, coaching young athletes, and leading a remarkably rich and rewarding life.
I don't need much to be all right. You know, I've always been determined, you know, I'm not gonna let anything get in my way.
He can't do nothing but move his head, but Rocky always have a plan. He's always thinking. He's always saying, Mom, this is what I'm gonna do.
Rocky still needed lots of medical attention, including round-the-clock home care and expensive drugs. Fortunately, he had an insurance policy from his high school that covered all that. That changed on August 15th, 2010.
Please be advised that the maximum medical benefit under this policy has been processed and no further benefits are available. Sincerely, Claims Office. When I seen that, my heart just dropped, because he still owed a lot of bills, back bills from before this expired. Right now, there's a foreclosure on my home. We don't have anywhere to go.
The long-term insurance policy that was keeping Rocky alive had maxed out.
It was called life, but it was $5 million cap. I suppose they have some presumption that $5 million would last you a long time, maybe a lifetime. And maybe it's just salesmanship on their part, you know what I mean? Give people a false sense or something like that, because you certainly, life means life, doesn't it?
They told me I outlived the policy. I feel like I was penalized for living, which don't make no sense. You can't put a limit to life.
Rocky's old high school tried to get him a new policy, but no one would carry a guy in a wheelchair with one lung. Even though he'd hurt himself playing football for a public school, he was now on his own.
He was out there representing you and your colors and your team, and for him not to be able to get his medical bills paid, his nursing care and stuff like that, that's really a messed up situation.
The state agency that runs high school football has refused to listen to Rocky and his mom's plea for help, and basically they've become beggars in the city of Chicago and in this area, asking for just the kindness and benevolence of people to take over where other responsible people have run for cover.
Without insurance to pay for in-home care, Rocky's mom began taking care of him around the clock.
I sleep in a chair in the living room so I can hear him.
She's up throughout the night worrying about me. I know she's tired. I know she needs a break. I don't want her to be worn out, Because, anything happen to her, I don't know what I would do.
Without insurance, Rocky can't afford his medicines, especially the $1,500 a month blood thinners that keep his good lung clear. Last April, he spent 2 weeks in the hospital and nearly died after developing a clot in the lung.
The doctor saying that the end is near, you know what I'm saying? Basically, guys, they explaining stuff, and he just, continue to fight.
Rocky Clark basically is like a cat with 14 lives.
Back home, Rocky's mom is swamped with bills. She has started cutting his medicines in half to stretch them out. Even Rocky, the young man with the heart of a champion, at one point felt like giving up.
He said, I'm tired of being sick. And I looked at him, and I said, what are you trying to tell me? And he just looked at me, and I said, don't say that to me anymore. So I walked out the room, went in the hallway, and cried.
When you hear it from the person who is dying in front of your eyes, this is supposed to be the greatest country. This is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. That's just not right.
Every year, dozens of high school athletes like Rocky Clark are paralyzed for life, and tens of thousands of Americans with severe disabilities lose their medical coverage because of insurance caps.
Society, in my opinion, is judged on how it treats its elderly, its young, and its sick in particular. And right now in America, we're not doing a very good job.
We need to wake up and understand that if we're going to allow these kids to play these sports, we got to be prepared to compensate them, or else we need to stop playing the sports at the schools, because Rocky's not the first and he won't be the last.
Since his lifetime insurance capped out last August, Rocky's been housebound. He can't afford insurance for his van. He hasn't been able to coach or go to college. He also can't afford the $1,000 medicines that help keep him alive. Despite everything, he continues to inspire and amaze.
I'm moved by his spirit. I'm moved by his grace and his dignity to continue to fight for his life.
What I love about my son, he's not selfish. It's not about Rocky. It's about what the world needs.
So many people help me. I just want to pay it forward. Put it out there, even for the future athletes, someone has to step up.
The new National Health Care Plan will end insurance caps in 2014, but that law only applies to new patients.
Those who organize high school sports have every business to make sure that he is not tucked away in a back bedroom, forgotten and lost and thrown away like yesterday's trash at the football field. Rocky Clark's life matters to me and to a lot of people.
With everything he did for me, I wish I could find a way to do something for him as well and help him out. I wish I was just rich within the next 15 minutes so I could help him out.
The gracious God, we're so thankful that we are here in your presence again with Rocky.
I've just really learned that, to appreciate life more. Not taking anything for granted because, nothing's promised to you.
Help them now, Lord, as they look upon what Rocky has done with his life, even though he's had this catastrophic injury, Lord, that he has made a way.
It's easily, to slip into complacency and complaining, but I won't let myself do that. So therefore, I just hope my words and my actions, inspire others to want more, to be more.